Viruses mutate. They just do. That's like one of their things. They mutate, they change. I've certainly known this from before med school. Scientists know this. Viruses mutate. So that's something I want you all to know as well. But I think the question that so many of you have been asking me and asking in general is, okay, this COVID-19 strain that has been discovered overseas, is this more deadly? Is this more dangerous? Does this transmit more quickly? Are we going to have problems with the vaccines now because we have a virus mutation strain? What does this mean for me? That's what we're talking about today. And I do want to give a shout out to the woman who wrote me this morning that really prompted me to do this video, which there was a sense of hopelessness in your message. The woman who wrote me a message this morning said basically, Dr. Jen, I trust what you say. I'm worried. Are we going to make it out of this? I am scared. Is it going to be okay? And that's why I decided to make this video. Guys, there's a lot of things we don't know about this virus strain, okay? There's just a lot. There's some things we think we know. I'm going to tell you about those. But I think what I'm getting a sense from you all is a sense of fear. So what we've heard so far, this is according to the Associated Press, this is Boris Johnson said on Saturday that a fast-moving new strain of the virus is 70% more transmissible than existing strains. Not only that, but he goes on to say that there's no evidence to suggest that this is more lethal or causes more severe illness, or that vaccines will be less effective against it. World Health Organization officials say that what we understand is that it does have increased transmissibility. In other words, it's more easily transmitted. But this World Health Organization official, which is really interesting, says that studies are underway to try to understand how fast it spreads, but also whether the speed in which it spreads is due to the actual variant, the mutation of the virus, or if it's due to factors relating to how humans have been behaving, or a combination of both, which I think is very interesting and very helpful. I also wanted to read some information from Dr. Vivek Murthy, who has been tapped by President-elect Joe Biden to be the nation's U.S. Surgeon General. He said that while it seems to be more easily transmissible, this is of course the virus variant, we do not have evidence yet that this is a more deadly virus to an individual who acquires it. There's no reason to believe that the vaccines that have been developed will not be effective against this virus as well. These are three statements from three different people working in different sectors. I think what's really important to understand is that we're evaluating this virus. I mean, the World Health Organization just tweeted out saying that they are evaluating this virus strain. They are trying to learn more. They are studying it. They're going to let us know more as they know it. And I think that's important. But I think the bigger question, and I think the questions that you all are asking me, because this does on the outset seem scary. I know you see the news headlines and you're like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Is this the end? Is this the end as we know it? And I'm not making light of it either. I'm being very serious. That's the sense of desperation I hear in your voices as I read your messages and your questions, and I understand. So this is what I suggest that we do. And I say we, me too, all of us, we're in this together. A couple of tips. First of all, as we can't be consumed by fear, rather we have to focus on the facts. Whenever you start feeling overwhelmed or fearful or panicked, focus on what we really do know from reputable sources. That's the first thing to do. Whether your reputable source is your doctor, whether it's a news outlet that you know to be reputable, and honestly, not every news outlet is reputable or talks about facts, honestly, or whether it's a site like the CDC or the World Health Organization. If you're not sure which sites are reputable, maybe I'll do a video on that sometime. Ask your doctor or a trusted healthcare professional where you can go for good information. Rather than focusing on fear, guys, let's focus on the facts. That will help. The next thing that we can do is we need to be flexible. This time kind of reminds me of like the time in the beginning of COVID. Remember in the beginning how like everything was changing every moment? Like it seemed like every 3 hours we were learning a new fact. Oh, COVID can live on boxes for this long. It can live on metal for this long. Oh my God, wear a mask, don't wear a mask. Remember how crazy that was? And it was like, oh, what do we do? And it was tough sometimes for many of us being so flexible and going with the punches, right? I think we've learned a lot from that. We also know that with a new virus, we're going to have to be flexible. We're going to have to be flexible here too. We're going to learn more about this virus mutation as time goes on. And we might go back and say, oh, we were wrong about this. Oh, we were right about this. Oh, let's do. And we just have to understand that that's the way it goes. So be flexible. That will help us. Also, be hopeful. Okay, guys, I'm hopeful. Okay, I am. And to the woman who wrote me this morning, asking me quite sincerely if this was, if this was the end, I'm hopeful. And I want you to be hopeful too. we're going to get through this together. I've been saying this the whole time, and I'm still saying it because I believe wholeheartedly in it. But I also know that something that will help us get through this is the last suggestion I have, which is to be vigilant and to do what we know we can do. Guys, this is even more of a reason to take active responsibility and do the things we know we can do to help this situation. We can help by wearing our masks, by social distancing, by not being in crowds, by not intermingling with people that are not part of our household, by not traveling for the holidays. There's a lot of things we can do. So let's do what we can. Guys, we'll get through this, okay? I'll keep you updated with information as it evolves, as it changes, and it might change, okay? But once again, we're going to be flexible so we can deal with this. We can handle it. Just keep doing what you know you should. For those of you who don't wear masks or don't believe in them or don't believe that COVID is a real thing, I'm going to ask you specifically to reconsider, okay? I'm going to ask you to reconsider your beliefs. I'm going to keep working on you guys. I'm going to keep working on you non-mask wearers to wear masks, to social distance, and to understand that something that we've lost over 320,000 people to in America is not a hoax. It is quite real. So guys, take a deep breath. We are going to get through this. I promise. I'm Dr. Jen Caudle. Please share this video with anyone you think might need to hear it. Guys, if you've not subscribed to my channel, I invite you to do so. Please click the little bell to get updates. Keep it locked here. I'm doing frequent videos on COVID. I will see you soon.